We are live from Resistance Headquarters. I am King Nico, and we have blown this ritual wide open. So we're back tonight to add some more pieces to this sick satanic puzzle, right? And make everything aware. Figure out the whys, the whats, the hows, the whos. That's all involved, and we're gonna make it all clear. So we've been putting this together now for a couple of weeks. It's absolutely insane. I still can't believe what we've uncovered, what it's tied to, what it's symbolizing, and yeah, the inevitability that it's Bible prophecy, the book of Revelation, end of days. Daniel says he has pictures of the eclipse and found an anomaly, a blue spot that when zoomed in is a second eclipse. So we've proved we've seen a few different videos from all across North America that took place on that day. And yeah, we've uncovered that, yeah, everything points to multiple eclipses, not one, not two, possibly three, four. Sorry, a mosquito just came in. Okay, so let's bring up the picture I have up here. So this, I was looking at it again, and something jumped out at me. So what we saw was this in the sky above my head, at least. Everyone had something different. And above this was another eclipse happening, right? Because I saw all the bodies moving into place. So I saw in my footage, there's a bigger body trying to move up high to eclipse this. There's an invisible body eclipsing this body. And then there's these three orbs that are rotating around doing a pattern. So in this still image here, I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? I said it in yesterday's live. I've seen this before. Excuse me. I believe we've all seen it before. So I connected some more dots and this is what I got. Yeah, unbelievable. It is the eye of providence. The all-seeing eye that we're very familiar with, especially if you're in America. All the Egyptian connections, everything is pointing to this, that what we saw in the sky could possibly be this entity taken in form and being, resurrected into this earth through this body that we've seen images of our whole life. So America went online with all the internet and the computer stuff. Look at the logo that they use. So AOL. I remember the CDs coming in the door with all the free internet stuff. Crazy. So computer is 666. So if anything is going to be demonic and be the ruler of this earth, it's going to be the technology, the computer, the internet, right? 666. So we're looking at everything that connects to the numbers that the Bible warns us of, that in the end times, that his number will be 603 score 6, right? So Ecclesiastes, because everything we've seen, like I said, we've seen it before. The images are here. So what is taking place is just manifesting itself through years and decades and centuries of ritual, right? So Ecclesiastes says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun, right? So nothing is new. Whether maybe in our lifetime, in our generation, we're experiencing this for the first time, but it's not the first time that something like this and this demonic and evil has taken place. So we've seen them launching suns into the skies, parading dead pharaohs through Egypt. I've shown you sightings of 4 suns. So let's get to the latest video now, because more videos have been coming out. Sightings of the moon, the simulators, the fake eclipses. Let me see if I can play some sound.
Oh, fun. 2 moons in the sky? Huh? 2 moons. Miami sky. 3 at 24. See this moon right here? It's the fucking moon right there. And then I'm gonna go this side.
Hey, David.
And then it's the moon right here. Look at this. There it is. There it is. There it is. Holy shit. Things are getting more strange on Earth day by.
Exactly. Things are getting stranger. This is why I'm here to explain these strange anomalies. So we've confirmed that they have sun simulators and multiple people have seen them. So I showed a video last night regarding Proba 3. So it is the European Space Agency's solar eclipse maker. It's called Proba 3, and they launched on Monday and was specifically launched for the North American eclipse. Right, so it's all the details are here. The facility in Belgium tells you 150-meter long instrument. So here we go. Producing artificial solar eclipses in orbit. So what we witnessed was this Proba 3 producing an artificial solar eclipse in the sky, not in space. Unbelievable stuff. So it's all here to be seen. This is on the official European Space Agency website. Right? Okay, so let's get back into some more videos. So the sphere. This technology, pretty new, and it's in Las Vegas on the strip there in Sin City. So the sphere is very similar technology to these sun simulators with all that LED lighting, and it's a ball, right? So let me play a quick clip of this after the ad. So just get an idea of what this technology is capable of. It's coming out everywhere. Wait, that's not the video I had. Okay, let's go back. There it is. Okay, watch it play. So look at what, so imagine this. This is on the ground now. This is on the grounds in Nevada, in Las Vegas. So just imagine this now as a sun simulator, and they have the capability to launch it like we've seen with the China one, launching up into the sky. And then they're able to keep it up there. So look at that symbolism there of the thrones, the high-ranking angels of God. So imagine not only could they simulate just the sun and a moon and a fake eclipse, but whatever you can see happening on the sphere in Las Vegas. And then we get the eyeball. So they're obsessed with eyeballs. So the eye symbolism is not new, from Hollywood to the music industry. There's always the all-seeing eye, the eye of providence. So imagine this in the sky looking down on you, right? With these simulators they have, with the technology that and the capabilities, the AI now, because what CERN and this whole ritual was doing was probably impregnating these demon god complex fallen angels into these systems, right? Into this computer in the sky. So they are capable of doing that. Eyeballs on giant spheres. So that's the sphere. It's a music and entertainment arena in Paradise, Nevada. So we're looking at the Eye of Horus, because that's what we see here. I'm going to get to the US dollar bill and everything, which is right here. So North America is very familiar with this symbolism, with an unfinished pyramid, right? And then there's an uncapped capstone with the all-seeing eye, and it's illuminated, shining, glowing like it's a sun, right? So we're going to get back into this dollar bill, and it says, "In God we trust," one. So it's not in God we trust, it's they trust in one God. So this is who they're trying to manifest into this world. And I believe they have successfully, if not very close to doing it, because what we're seeing and hearing that's going on, this has to be it, right? So it's all part of the Masonic ritual, all Masonic symbolism. I'm going to cover it all. So the Eye of Horus. So here's a number that I've been working with for a few years now, and I found it. 1086 actually was when I did my CERN decode. So when CERN turned on for the first time back on July 5th, 2022, and if you look at the date duration here, so from the 9th month of the 11th day of the 2001 year to July 5th, 2022, it was exactly 1086 weeks. Large Hadron Collider equals 1086. So there's the dates there. And it's the womb of creation. So they're using the Hadron Collider as like a womb. It's their creation womb, right? So everything they're trying to do is to replicate the birthing of the Messiah. That's why it has all these biblical connections to it. So everyone that looked into this, there was the biblical connections with all the cities and the X over America. So it was Eclipse X. All the cities named Salem and Nineveh and the sign of Jonah, and the ark it went over, and a city named Rapture. So it had all these biblical references. So, but I believe it's just Satan trying to replicate the birthing, because he wants the Antichrist is going to be birthed right now into this world to rule, and how they're going to birth it is going to be probably a copy of the birthing of our Messiah, Jesus Christ, right? And it's going to be nowhere near close and as authentic as how our Father in heaven does everything, but they're using their technology, they're using their magic and rituals to try and perform this. So that's why CERN is colliding particles to bring about the beast system. So 1086, the Jesuit order. And like I said, they're trying to replicate Jesus, the Messiah, that equals 1086, right? So are you seeing how this is absolutely impossible? They first went on like the dates, 1086 weeks. It was also 846 days since March 11th, 2020, which was a significant date that we all remember. So they're trying to replicate the birthing of our Messiah, Jesus, 1086, with the rings of Saturn, the Eye of Horus, which is now going to be the Dark Lord, and also Thank You, Satan is 1086, right? Eye of Horus, 1086, the womb of creation for the beast system to replicate Jesus, the Messiah's birthing. So we're going to look a bit into this symbolism now. Why would any government have, especially a North American government that's nowhere near the Middle East or Africa for that matter, have Egyptian symbolism with pyramids, right? We're going to look at all the Latin slogans too.
Is that it represents the protective eye of God, watching atop an unfinished pyramid with 13 steps representing the original colonies. But some claim there's more to it. The symbol represents secret societies, they say, working in the shadowy corridors of power. Others believe it's a nod to ancient Egyptian mysticism or even extraterrestrial life. If nothing else, it's a good reminder to watch your money, because your money is watching you. Have you ever wondered about the mysterious
Yeah,
eye?
your money is watching you, and it has been. So the eye of providence. The eye of providence, or the all-seeing eye, is a symbol depicting an eye, often enclosed in a triangle and surrounded by a ray of light or a halo, intended to represent providence, as the eye watches over the workers of mankind. A well-known example of the eye of providence appears on the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States, Babylon, right? It has to be, which is depicted on the US $1 bill. Unbelievable. It's all making sense now. So this guy, a good clip here of a guy, actually before this guy, sorry, providence, the definition of providence, the protective care of God or of nature as a spiritual power, right? So here's some more similar definitions. So God or nature as providing protective or spiritual care. Providence, timely preparation for future eventualities. So it's got this whole God thing about it, the protective care of God. Whatever that symbolism is, this all-seeing eye, this is not a God that is here to protect us. This is a tyrant. This is a demon God, right? That is here to rule. Eye of Horus, sorry, providence. So providence is that, the eye of providence. Providence, wouldn't you like to know, equals 666. Just as computer, internet. So everything that is involved with this technology, with this womb of creation, is all for the eye of providence or the eye of Horus. And here we go, all their numbers equal to the beast system. Right? So I wanted to play this, show you a bit. This guy's got one of these coins. So Annui Coptis and Novus Ordo Seclorum. So those actually definitions. So Annui Copis is he nodded as he began, right? So they are building something, right? This is what they've been building, the New World Order, New Order of the Ages. So he's going over some of the symbolism. It's everywhere. It's been etched into everything. So we're going to get into some of the Masonic symbolism now.
I want to know, what is Masonry all about? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they benevolent? Are they evil? And I like to say, just like any very large organization, most of them are wonderful, hardworking people, very kind, and the lodges are benevolent. They raise money to help people in society and do wonderful things. But there's no matter what organization, especially the larger they get, you're going to have dark elements within these large organizations that have special interests. And I'm going to play just a couple of seconds of the famous President Kennedy speech.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
So, what do you think he was talking about? Obviously, there are people who were working against the notion that the United States is an independent and sovereign nation, and that there are globalist ideas that are eroding. This is a picture of Albert Pike. This is what he looked like.
Masonry, right?
And there is legitimate evidence that he was the founder of the KKK. That symbol right there is the symbol for the Baphomet.
Baphomet cross, which I've shown you.
Notorious Freemason,
Aleister Crowley.
Here's the symbol.
The Satan
that
cross.
He wrote a lot about, called the Baphomet. So, you can do your own independent studies and come to your own conclusions. Who are these people? But, another dark Mason would be Talat Pasha, who is the guy who was the architect to the Armenian genocide. And, people want to know, like, what is Skull and Bones? President Bush, that's him right there. Every year, Yale University taps 15 students and they join this secret society called Skull and Bones. And, some people tell you, oh, it's just a boys' club. They smoke cigars and
Nope.
help each other with business.
That's what they want you
And
to
you can
think.
even look it up and they'll say, oh, no, Skull and Bones is not Freemasonry. Well, it is. And they hide.
Wow.
The symbols are always hidden.
In plain sight.
That's part of the culture.
Look at that.
That's Geronimo's skull. I don't know who these guys are, but they look pretty whacked out. But Skull and Bones symbol, there it is, the 322. What is that? 322 is a code for the Pythagorean theorem, which seems rather benign, but this was originally a formula used in Egypt when the Nile would rise each year and obliterate property lines. They would use that theorem to establish the original boundaries of everybody's property.
Egypt, right? So ancient times, but not so ancient if we're still living and worshiping the same deities, the same gods, and performing the same practices, right? So why are we performing solar deity sun worship, right? It was what we learned in school was how the ridiculous ancients used to do things because they weren't like smart or had the knowledge, but we're still doing the same thing today. So why did the Egyptians and everyone worship this sun, right? Weren't they happy with what they had? Clearly not. Obviously, they rebelled against God because they tried and wanted to be gods themselves because that's what they represented themselves as, right? But they knew that they weren't really God, and there was one thing that always got to them. So yes, God was way above and pretty much remained silent and let people to do their business on the earth, right? So they thought they could run things, but no, it wasn't them that ran things. Guess what was? It was the sun, because they had to live their lives according to the time and what the sun was doing, that they did not have any command or authority over, right? So the sun has always been the God which was created and put here by our Father. So let's quickly, seeing as we're talking about creation, right? Genesis, in the beginning, this is the very first words of the Holy Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. So this is incredible to have this. And they knew, which is why they worshiped the sun. And they so desperately wanted to become that, right? To be the sun that everyone else was worshiping, because they knew that when it came, it brought light, right? And it had the power to give light and take that light away and bring darkness. So they knew that they could not compete with that, right? So their goal was to become the sun, which to them and the whole world is God, right? If it's here within our realm, giving light and taking it away, that's what they wanted. So the pyramids, all their rituals, all their mummification rituals, right? The which we're still doing today. So this was done 3 years ago, paraded through Cairo. Look, Pharaoh's paraded. We're watching it in 4K, right? This isn't ancient times that we're learning in school and going to the museum and trying to like translate the hieroglyphics. No, we're living it right now. We're in that society, right? This demonic society that has taken over this realm. We're all still living under this Egyptian law, which is satanic, it's Babylonian, right? It's all from Nimrod, and it's all in rebellion to our Father. So these savages wanted to become the sun, right? They wanted to become the sun and be resurrected. That's why the mummification rituals, and they were encased in a tomb, right? For the creation to happen again, so they can come back and possibly for the atom god, right? Or Krishna can potentially become the sun. So the dance, we talked about it yesterday, the Tandava, the Nataraj is the Shiva, which is positioned conveniently right out front of CERN, which so is a big part of the ritual, creation and destruction. So they're spinning up their hadron colliders, while Atum or Shiva is right here. This is it, doing the Nataraj dance. So each one of these orbs represents, one's an electron, neutron, proton, and it's spinning. So this becomes the structure of the atom, right? An atom, which is why you see all the logos here, right? The atom. There's the Aleister Crowley Masonic symbolism that is also fits perfectly in with the atom and the Nataraj Pandava, right? So CERN spinning up, colliding it, and whatever they're spinning up and able to summon in their portal in Geneva, Switzerland, they're able to bounce that back directly across the firmament through the ellipse, because they created a whisper chamber with the Earth, and they can impreg that whatever's coming in through the Hadron Collider that they've spun through and smashed, right? They can probably impregnate it into this computer right here, because this is now going to become a computer in the sky, 1331, that will have full control over everything below, right? And it will move autonomously across the Earth and do things, give light, take light away. It will have control over other sun simulators. So it will always have, it will take our sun hostage pretty much, and have always, like I've seen, simulators following it and pretty much able to eclipse it out whenever it wants, like we saw happen on Monday. So this eye now, this symbolism, it's all starting to look like, again, the Baphomet. So more Masonic symbols, because it's all Masonic. You just type in Masonic symbolism in the Google search and you'll see everything looks exactly according to what we're about to witness, that they've been summoning in. Look, eyes. The eyes are above the moon and the sun, and all Masonic symbolism. Look, you'll see the pillars, the triangle with the eye in it, and the sun shining light high above, but below the firmament always. Some of them you'll see the dome above. So here's one. You'll see the eye that we're starting to witness manifest into this world, the all-seeing eye of providence. And there's the sun and there's the moon. So Satan wants to reign and have domain over God's sun and the moon, right? And be able to have control and kind of eclipse the sun out. So whoever's in possession of this computer in the sky will be able to have that kind of power, right? And it's AI technology, angel intelligence now, not artificial intelligence, angel intelligence. There's entities birthed into the system now. So we have this complex, the Stanley R. Michelson Safeguard Complex. This is a pyramid with an unfinished pyramid, bunker or something, right? So it's a safeguard complex. It's an abandoned nuclear anti-ballistic missile base. So I thought this is very interesting to look into as we're looking into the symbolism of pyramids. So it's America's secret pyramid. It's in North Dakota. So I'll be looking for more information on that. So again, Revelation 13:18 says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And everything to do with this system, the computer in the sky, is numbered 666. That will have full control over the internet, right? The Eye of Horus. And Providence, the Eye of Providence is 666. So we're going to look at the thrones now, because everything Satan does is always a copy of what God did first. So the thrones are a high-ranking angel. And if you see, this could be like, look at this. So imagine you're this person and you got this system in the sky coming down with the giant eyeball like that. So I believe this eye of Providence is trying to replicate the thrones. It's not going to be exactly like it, but it's going to have a similar effect, a giant eyeball in the sky in between spinning motors like that, or a triangle even, just looking down, blinking at you, able to give and take. Insane times that we're living in, ultimately biblical end of days. So we got the Baphomet, and as you can see, it's got the eclipse in the symbolism. So a very famous picture from Eliphas Levi, depiction of this demon, fallen angel. As you can see, the wings are there, and there's an eclipse sun, eclipse moon. It's all about balance. Nonsense. That's pretty much what we saw happen on Monday, was a white sun being eclipsed by a black moon, like all Freemasonic balance crap, satanic nonsense, right? So all seeing eye, people get this tattoo all the time, and it's just how the ritual works, right? It's how it works. It's like this. We're trying to figure out who this beast of Revelation is, who the Antichrist is. We've got number one suspects like Obama as a human representation of the Antichrist, but there's going to be an ultimate beast, right? Satan wants to rule and have his short time here on this earth. So this all-seeing eye of providence potentially could be this system. And like we saw, it's unbelievable to think that this thing that we all just thought was just some Illuminati symbol and some nonsense could potentially become and manifest itself and become this ultimate AI God ruler of this earth, right? And have full control over the sun, the moon, the light, the darkness, the weather, harp. If it wants to make it rain somewhere or make it rain, like this is full insane control of our world right now, right? The beast system, and this is not a joke. When we say beast system, when Jesus talked about the beast system in the end days, like this is full control. Like there's no island in the middle of nowhere that you can run and hide. Like this is full control. It's up there moving around the earth in the skies, the ultimate all-seeing eye, right? That has direct connection through the internet to every device, camera on earth that can see and be everywhere all at once, right? Insane time. So we are exposing, right? And this whole series from the eclipse is going to lead directly into the Freemasons, the gay Freemasons, and the Sodomite Brotherhood, right? And how and what they were doing Monday. They've all been missing in action. So the lodges were full Monday during this ritual to perform the sex magic, right? Unbelievable. So all the images is there with this deity that's been etched and put in our faces forever. So it's finally, well, I think the first time was in the 1500s, but I believe this is exactly what they're manifesting and trying to do. The master builders of what, right? The images are going to start making sense when people start seeing giant eyeballs looking at them from in the sky, right? Insane. So yeah, this is very, very creepy stuff. I feel like we're living in a horror movie. As I'm just going through all my windows, making sure I covered everything, let you know the possibilities. So like I said, we already have one of these all CNI spheres on the ground right here in Vegas, Sin City, right? They always have to show you. They've been showing us for centuries. And what I saw on Monday and what I've seen, just whether it's in my dreams or someone told me, my friend told me it was in a book or a deck of cards. This is it. What else could it be, right? The beast of Revelation, like this the technology they have and the capabilities. I think we're getting closer and closer to this thing revealing itself, to whether we're in trial and tribulations already, or this thing is now being birthed and will trigger trial and tribulations. But again, they still have to disguise it so people don't figure it out, right? So technology, get ready for ultimate deception. We've seen some anomalies happen that should not have happened, but we're here. Oh, here we go. So messages, the minister is right here in the city. I hate that things. Are you seen that? Are you from Vegas? The info is immaculate. They're trying to hate on the stream. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I know. I'm ultimately shadow banned, so I know they're not giving the notifications out tonight and recommending it, but we're definitely getting closer to realizing what and why Monday happened, right? Everything that led up to it. So if anyone here is new, right, a lot of the information is in all my previous videos, including when I was live there at Niagara and caught this thing happen, which led up to everything, us figuring out that this whole is the pyramid finished now? They finished it. Like, they've been working like master builders of what? Like, they're not going to build forever and not get anything built. So that this is this really what they've been building? Is this the final uncapped capstone, this AI god that's going to rule this world, right? So are the Egyptians finally going to get their dream of becoming the sun that they so desperately worshipped and wanted to be and had absolutely no control over, right? So as much as their stories tell that, yes, Ra, the sun god, no, there was no Ra, the sun god. It was just God's son doing what it always does, that they have no control or manipulation over. So they said, that's the God that we need to become. And now we are here in 2024. And I believe with the technology and everything we've seen and the display that took place on Monday, sorry, I didn't have this up. The display that took place on Monday is showing that, yes, they have successfully, or are definitely a million steps closer to finishing this masterpiece that the master builders have been working on for the last 200-300 years, right? The sun god worship. So again, here's the dollar bill. Is the pyramid finished now? Is their work done? Is the new world order here? Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new order of the ages, where this all-seeing eye thing is going to rule. And I know how crazy it sounds, right? But I've been warning you about the AI, and it's here. All the Masonic symbolism points to this thing ruling. There's an image. So many. There's an image of angels walking up a ladder between the two pillars up towards the all-seeing eye, which to me is saying that, yeah, they're building this thing for the fallen angels, right? So just look through some of these images. There's so many of these Masonic symbols. Let me see if I can find that angel one, because that was a very interesting one. I wish I had it saved. Yeah, always. And then the sun and the moon is going to be below this new device. So they want to be above anything in this realm that reigns supreme. So that is the sun and the moon. So once they get above that and have control and manipulation over the sun and moon, like we witnessed on Monday, then that means they've successfully got their new world order, which means we are in the biblical end of days. So yeah, bless you, brother. Messenger the minister saying, and he sees right away that they're messing with my live. So they're hating. Yes, AI, the I, break the code 17. So if anyone's got anything to add, I believe that's all I got to share for tonight on this next piece of this puzzle, to basically answering a lot of people's questions from a lot of the footage that's going around on the TikTok and the X on Twitter, right? It's like, why are there two moons? Why is there two eclipses? Why do I see 4 suns, right? So we've tried to explain. I brought up some images that I drew up myself that pretty much is trying to show what we were witnessing with the double eclipses and how they tried to cover up the real sun. So they eclipsed the real sun, and they positioned their fake sun simulator and their fake moon, whether it's Proba 3 or some other thing, they positioned it and tried to keep it in a line of sight. So even with all the cloud cover, they knew that people would still get a break and try and look up. And if we did look up, what we would see first would be this fake thing with the white orb spinning around it, and right behind it, higher up, would be the real sun. So they're relying on the brightness of their fake sun and their orbs to wash out what was going on behind. But clearly what we were looking at was not bright at all. It was just a flat white disc that had no shine, no corona, no nothing, right? So that's why we were able to see past it and see the real sun, which was shining bright high up in the sky. And we could see them positioning a giant light source that was identical in size, moving through the clouds, trying to get up there to cover it. Unbelievable. This is what we're working with, right? Death stars and AI capabilities that's way beyond human possibilities, right? All of this is not human possibility. It's not, like I said yesterday, it's not the government, it's not the Rothschilds or the Illuminati that's sitting there with a pen and paper saying this is what we need to do. Like, no, it's all demonic ritual activity, summoning of demons, just like Aleister Crowley told us in the book of the law, right? They just taken orders from the principalities, from the forces of darkness, right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Yes, Josh, Nico was on it. 100%, dude, done his research, high respect, keep exposing. And yes, info is immaculate. Wow, guys, honestly, I appreciate it. Like, I always get so nervous and anxious when I get on here, when I get these finds, because again, I can't prove it. All I'm going by is what the Holy Book has told us to watch and look out for. And once you're serving and you submit to Jesus, he reveals these truths to you, whether through dreams or downloads, but you just process it. And everything you see the way it's meant to be seen and what it's used for in a demonic way to manipulate us down here to ruin our salvation with God in heaven, because they've ruined theirs and they want to take ours away and suffer the same demise that they're going to suffer, right? The fallen angels, right? I'm going to go through some of these comments again. Throw in some information if you've got. I believe we've covered everything, right? From all the videos and anomalies and dragons and whales and helicopters, all kinds of stuff, right? All the multiple moons. Blissful Beauty says the juice. Yes. Terry saying thoughts. OJ died at 87 today, the last drop of the sun's energy juice. Yep. So all these rituals are going to be taking place. They took place immediately on the day. Sacrificed. Higgs boson founder, particle guy for CERN, was one of the main #1 sacrifices for the day. So the blood was spilt for this ritual. 76, yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. I don't care for OJ, but wow, they're gonna be dropping more of these people. Days coming now. The days are gonna get weirder. I need to get on here, keep figuring this out. Like Josh said, do the research, right? Numerology and such, signs, symbols, numbers, correct. Signs and symbols would be their downfall, and that's exactly what we're seeing, is all their signs and symbolism. So quick recap. What led us to this find was what we saw. So what we saw was this image in the sky that was below this image, also in the sky. And because where I couldn't see the moon, which was way over here. But after going through other people's videos, they were able to see the moon here and 2 eclipses, crazy stuff. So I recognized this symbol. It just jumped out at me. So I connected some dots, and this is what we were looking at in the sky. So now this is where it gets scary. It's like, whoa, this is the eye of Providence, the eye of Horus that is potentially in the sky, massive as it is, with people down here worshiping it. So the signs have been there forever, and it's all part of the beast system. It's all been done before. They've launched these things into the sky. We just need people to explain it and tell people, you know, because their explanation is all like science. We're just doing research and studying the shadow of the moon. Like, give me a break. Who's buying and eating up this crap that they're giving us, right? So they're going to spend trillions of dollars to go fire a friggin' rocket at a shadow, and that's it. Like, we went over the footage yesterday. They created this technology named Swarm, NASA, right? Insane. That's all nano and to do with AI. So if they're firing up at this thing that's being partically collided from CERN and sending the creating a whisper chamber, it's the womb of creation, right? That's what the numbers are showing and pointing to. That's what the birthing rituals over the years have pointed to. It's the womb of creation giving birth, right? Let me bring those numbers up quickly. I have them. So the Eye of Horus, again, this is what we're looking at. The Eye of Horus, the Eye of Providence. This is it, right? The Eye of Horus equals 1086. Like I said, this is all to do with the CERN and the Hadron Collider, right? Large Hadron Collider equals 1086, identical to the Eye of Horus. Also, the day that this Hadron Collider went on, July 5th, 22, was exactly 1086 weeks after the big ritual that took place 21 years before. And all these rituals are in line with the birthing process of the womb of creation. So they are giving birth and trying to follow and replicate the birthing of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. So they want to give birth to their Messiah, Satan, right? So the womb of creation, 1086. There's also the beast system, 1086. The Jesuit order, of course, 1086. And there you go. This is the whole reason behind 1086. Jesus, the Messiah, the one that they fear, the one that they want to be so badly, right? So this is it. They are after everything, to be God, to rule this world and have their short time with it, which would be enough to pretty much take billions of souls, lost souls, with them to the lake of fire, right? So 1086, we got the dollar bill, the Masons, and all the symbolism is all pointing to this AI God, and this is the beast of Revelation 666. Unbelievable. So again, we're pushing, we need to uncover this stuff, because if this thing is online now, then who knows, like, it's going to have control over everything. Like I said, the weather, everyone's car, phone, houses, anything that's connected to this thing, that's it. It's insane. Cameras, CCTV, I just cannot believe it. We need to get out of here. This ends now. What is everyone saying in the chat? I'm seeing a whole bunch of new people, definitely looking different to how it's been this past few weeks. So the censorship is in full effect. Okay, so MA says some of that is reflection off the dome. Of course, so the firmament, yes, there's definitely causes sun coronas from the reflections off the dome, and nothing else, not clouds or anything like that. So the way the planes were spraying was like they were trying to cover it in a hurry. Of course, they had to prioritize this ritual taking place over the masses getting to see something, but they needed us to be a part of it. They'd rather us be there under a misty cloud than us not knowing what was going on and being at home, going to school, going to work, doing our daily business, right? It wouldn't have, like, they need this thing birthed in, and it needs everyone's life force, right? All our energy, all our time, and ooh and ah and worship, right? That's all part of the worship, to feed the energy for this thing to just, to make it work. So imagine if they didn't call states of emergencies and didn't cancel school, right? It would have just been weak, right? Like, no God wants to be birthed into a world where everyone's too busy doing their own thing, right? Trust me, these are narcissistic demon entities that are not God. They're children of the ultimate high that are playing God, right? And they caused this whole mess, 6,000 years worth of it. And it's all coming down to this, the book of Revelation, the end times, that's finally going to end. So they're going to have their final show of playing God, controlling technology. Like, that's not God, right? They have no control over anything. It's ridiculous. But this whole world, this system has been set up for it, built by the master masons, the master builders. This is what they've been building, is the new world order, the new order of the ages, right? Not going to be much of an age if it's only going to be a 7-year trial and tribulation. So Vape King says, all by design. Yeah, Satan's birthday. So the Russian vids woke you up years ago, back in 2016. Very symbolic year for everyone. Great awakening in 2016. So yeah, everyone's here in the chats. So Eric, yeah. Yes, Josh. So yeah, a lot of people are just finding my channels. I've had this channel up for many years now. So I'm glad you found it. I'm glad to have you here. Chrysanthia, I've been going through comments from many researchers who shed tremendous chemtrails in every state. I've never seen so much heavy spraying in the US like Monday. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just a thick blanket of chemical mist, right? With corners, with angles, 90-degree angles. So I have drone footage of that. So everyone, please make sure you're sub to the channel. Help the algorithm out by just pressing like and leaving some comments. I've been responding, right, to help it recommend to more people, right? So because I believe we've made some serious breakthroughs with this ritual, uncovering what we've seen, what others have seen, adding it all together to come up with what we've come up with. And it points again to the Masonic order, to Satan, to Baphomet, to AI technology, everything I've been warning about that I was unaware of. This whole ritual was like, okay, so AI is this, so what is it going to do with it? It's all coming together. It's all for this eye, this one giant God eye that these demons have been after to become for so long, to finally reign supreme over the sun and the moon, right? That have always had domination and control over the time and the seasons of this earth. And they've been trying to manipulate it with their devil devices. But this devil device is one hell of a device. It's the ultimate device, the one that we've seen images of. So that's what the device is. It's this eye. It's not going to be a device we've never seen before, right? That's not how the ritual and the magic works. The devil wants you to see what he's going to become and have everyone. That's why it's on the back of the dollar bill, because it's money. People want money. So they know that people are giving their energy to work for this dollar, right? Which is this. And, they get happy when they see it and they look at it and it's got this God on it, right? In God we trust. One. This is the God of this realm now, right? So get ready, put on your full armor of God, because this is getting really insane. End pages of the book of Revelation. So Susan Smith says O.J. Simpson did die of cancer at age 76. Family says, so everyone's reporting the same O.J. news. And again, that's my whole ministry, is by proving Bible prophecy. So a lot of people are like, not everything that happens is biblical prophecy, right? Correct. Accidents happen, things just happen, right? Like, houses burn down all the time, or cars get into accidents and crash. Not everything is potentially biblical prophecy. Maybe this is just something happening that has nothing to do with the Bible, right? That's just rich people with money and connections that were able to create something with their science or something, and it has nothing to do with the Bible, right? I understand anyone can say that and come from that angle, but when you have submitted to Jesus and you have felt the Holy Spirit and the Word of God, and you live through that and you understand what's happening, then you know that, yeah, this is definitely Bible prophecy. I've been covering so much, so it's not fluke or accident. You know, people are like, oh, the earthquakes and rumors of wars. Countries have always been at wars, so. But this kind of technology and this kind of symbolism is now getting to a point where we're now seeing it's no longer on the back of the dollar bill, this Eye of Providence, right? It's no longer at the local Masonic lodge. It's no longer on coins and stuff, this image of a triangle, right? That, you know, and all the freaking people in the music industry, they all do that hand sign with the triangle and they point up to the sky. This whole society has already been groomed with this new world order, with this one world religion, right? For this one world government. Everyone's already been groomed to worship this very thing that is now here in this world, right? Yes, Josh, the world is biblical. Artem is praying. Yes, thank you. So yeah, again, I'm saying it's no longer just an image. It's no longer a tattoo. It's no longer a picture on a stained glass window. I physically saw this thing with my own two eyes in the sky above my head. You know, that's how crazy it is. And its form is going to keep changing, like we've seen with the sphere in Vegas. I'm pretty sure this simulator has the same LED technology and can simulate images of eyeballs and whatever it can, and fly around and blink and look at people. Like, yeah, all eyes on me nonsense. Exactly. Yeah, people are very busy, bread and circuses, 9 to 5, shopping, sports. Alicia is here. Thank you for being here, Alicia. Says the biggest spiritual war of all times. Yeah, this is the biggest ritual we've come across. Get ready, my friends. Thank you, Nico, for the knowledge and wisdom. You're the best of informing us all. This is your calling. This is your gift to spread the truth. God bless you. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah, it means a lot. You know, and it's just like I just see it, right? And then I just grab what I can from what I know I've seen before, that, you know, and it all just comes together. So this this God complex, it's here. The builders, the masons, they finished it yet. It took them what, 240 something years or more or whatever it is. And especially this century, this 21st century, since technology came, that assisted, and there's no turning back now. I've seen the capabilities of AI. That's why I know that this is possible now. So again, this eye of providence, this all-seeing eye, is basically potentially the image of this beast of revelation that is going to rule this world and rule everyone in it. So except those that are with Jesus Christ. So again, I'm done. I have nothing more to show. I'm waiting to see if anyone wants to add anything, can see if they feel this could be what we're heading towards, is witnessing this Antichrist rising and this ultimate beast in the sky that's just going to be up there, spraying the clouds, using drones. It will have control over everything, right? And then it will have its puppet Antichrist, Obama, like this chosen charismatic leader that will get everyone to bow and worship this all-seeing eye, right? And they'll have all their Jay-Z's and rappers to endorse it too. Like, I could just see this is how it's going to go down. Yeah. they didn't want us flying or capturing anything. I wish I hid and was a bit more obscure and didn't let that happen. But as you heard him, well, I told you guys, he told me that they had other pilots with devices that could override any other drone and bring it down. So even if I was hiding and tried to avoid them, they would have overridden it and taken control of my property, right? So that would have been insane. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Good evening, Roxanne. I'm glad you're here. Yep, another late night going over some Bible prophecies, some birthing of this AI God. I believe, the Masons. So the next series I'm going into, we're going to be looking deep into this whole Masonic order because they're everywhere and they're getting away with whatever they're getting away with, which is ushering in this new world order, new order of the ages. Yeah, UPS. I've gotten that before. I wear my brown get up a lot, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, you work for UPS?" And I'm like, "No, of course not." So thanks for that. That's pretty funny. They know what a wicked generation seeks signs and wonders. There we go, blue beam, and obviously this eye has control over all these other devil devices. So think of the possibilities, right? So, like I said, HARP, everything connected to the internet, the database, the system. So this all-seeing eye, with whatever intelligence it has, will be able to turn that on, use it, send drones, seed the skies wherever it wants, and it can create rain, snow, tsunamis, quakes, wherever it wants. It can use blue beam and project anything wherever it wants. It will move autonomously over the whole flat Earth, right? It will have control over other sun simulators and moon simulators. So it will have, it will be able to eclipse the real sun and just bully them in the skies and have multiple devices surrounding it at all times. So yeah, Josh, military. I come from a military family. We've been represented and fought in the German army, American, British, Canadian. I was supposed to join the Canadian military way back when I was a youth, but obviously after September 11th, I already decided that no, that's not for me. I'm going to break that chain in my family to be serving these evil governments because I just thought and saw them differently. I was like, why do we have to fight their battles, right? Why can't they go do it themselves? And who's to say we're supposed to trust them? Look at them. They just look like the bad guy, right? So I've always grew up looking at the system, the governments, these false leaders as the bad guys. So yeah, 9/11 was something that was like, definitely they're the bad guys. I cannot go put my life on the line to go fight in fake wars. I still have cousins and lots of family members that are serving, but that's just the way it goes. So I decided to start my own army and become, well, God chose me to start God's army, the resistance. So I'm happy I went this route. So it's very much still military. And if you've seen these militaries now, they're a complete joke. So the resistance will be stronger, more powerful than the US Army, the British Army, the Canadian military, all a bunch of, effeminates. Okay. So nothing to worry about. Thank you, Josh. Good evening, Karen. 88 million people slaughtered in the past for not converting to Catholicism, satanic demon religions, right? At the base of that Egyptian needle in Rome. And the matching needle is in New York, placed there by the Freemasons. So I'm going to need a lot of Freemason stuff to help me expose this cult, this not so secret society, but that's how it works. Because if they were completely secret, then they'd be founded out. But the fact that they have 20 lodges in every town, everywhere, right? And they have this reputation of just being, a boys' club that want to smoke and do business, right? That's the same thing, but it's not. So I want to get into this series. I want to get everyone's stories on this brotherhood. I want to hear all the secrets meetings. I want to get some hold of some of these books, some of these rituals, some of these practices, some of these uniforms, all the signs and symbols. I want to hear stories of anyone that's heard anything about the LGBT connections to the Freemasons, right? I want to hear about Satanism related to the Freemasons. Again, rituals like child sex trafficking, pedophilia, incest. These people are disgusting, right? They're not to be trusted. They all, and part of it, why it works is because they all keep up appearances. They all supposedly, they're all married and have children, and people wouldn't ever suspect them of the type of things that I'm going to expose them for in the next few days, this coming weeks, right? So I'm going to need everyone's help on this, right? Exactly. I was not putting myself in Iraq and Afghanistan for something that I knew was fake, right? So I spent the time, roughed it out to find something else to do and get to researching. So it's been a very long time of this to get to this point, to realize that, wow, we're going to be seeing this giant eyeball that they've been worshiping and manifesting into this world forever. So it's all making sense. Lots of my family served also, grandparents, uncles, great grandmother, 4 sons overseas were lost, all wars based on lies, correct. So I will tell you something about the LGBTQIA. They're nothing. They were created by the Brotherhood, by the Masons, right? Because that is their satanic practice. It's a sodomite practice to be gender fluid and all this stuff. So it's them that started it in the lodge from the teachings of like Aleister Crowley and all this Baphomet crap, right? And becoming both genders. So it's the Masons that did it. So the LGBT, they're just people of society that were just manipulated by this trend, by this culture that was pushed by the Masons, right? So I went to Pride last year in Toronto to get a look of what this crap is, because I wanted to shut it down and tell them it's going to be the last one. I've had enough of this crap. The LGBT have nothing to do with Pride. The Pride, if you look into it, is put on by the Freemasons. The LGBT just come along and stand and watch as the Freemasons parade through the street. So it's not the LGBTs that are out there having a fun, gay, jolly time and partying like it's 1999. No, they're lost and confused, not knowing what to do, waiting for leadership and orders from none other the Freemasons, right? Whether they know that it's the Freemasons that lead the way, it's them, and we're gonna bust this thing wide open, right? Thank you, Josh. Y'all listen to him. He's speaking truth. So yeah, Diddy was one of them. Yeah, the biggest puff of them all. He ran a homosexual ring and a child ring that fed Hollywood. Feds busted his vault with damning evidence. So the thing with these stars and these stories, especially the Diddy, you got to understand is that they are all gay. And a lot of them might not even be the sexes that they show. So I don't think P. Diddy has ever been with a real woman, right? And a lot of you might be like, no, he was with J-Lo and all that stuff. J-Lo's not a real woman. So this is another series. And again, this is the topic that gets my channel in trouble, right? You can't talk about this stuff, this Baphomet ritual where they switch genders at birth and change sex. But I want to get into it. I want to expose all of this. I know Diddy's in the news and everyone's like, oh, Diddy's this, he's up to that. And Jay-Z's not a real man. Jay-Z's definitely a woman, right? So they're all gender bended inverts, right? So yeah, I see Karen's asking about what Jay-Z's part was in this. That's definitely a story for another day. So Mad Game fought in both Iraq and Afghanistan. So again, God bless you, and that you're here home and safe. But you fought in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and you're saying yourself, someone that was there on the front lines, fake wars. So thank you for joining in and sharing that. It's incredible information. Everything that I'm saying really is the truth. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. You know, it's not because I have someone I don't like and I want to make them look bad. This is the truth, and we're going to be able to prove it all. And people like Josh are going to be able to jump in, or God Soldier or Mad Game Marine is going to share a story and be like, yeah, I was there. It's fake. Or he's right. I know a Mason, and all they do is go to gay orgy parties, right? So we need to expose this fast. Yeah, my throat's killing me. Everything. Not enough time to do what needs to get done. I wish I could just be here all day researching with all of you live as it happens and not have to come off. So Humbled One is jumping in. What is up? So hopefully everyone's enjoyed this whole series, right? Like we were there on the front lines for this satanic ritual, and everything that I've posted after it has just been from what we've seen, what we were able to gather, what other people have shared and seen, and we've put this whole thing together. And it's like, whoa, uncovering this crazy, never before seen, not supposed to be seen satanic ritual that this god that they want to be worshipped is nothing but just crappy technology, right? And satanic rituals and CERN and NASA. So we're getting ahead of this crap before it goes down, and people are going to fall to their knees and worship this thing. Not us, though. Not us. So again, I do want to end this live. I don't have anything to share. I'm just talking, trying to answer a lot of the questions and see what everyone's talking about. So again, all the best and juicy stuff is from the start to like 40 minutes in. So hopefully you guys will rewind back once I end this live. Quickly, Josh is saying the number 33 was on the bottom of that shipping container ship, correct? The Kardashians loved Crowley, and now they found evidence against them. I think they're Jezebels and witches. They're actually the Kadesha. So they're temple, WHORES, sodomites of the temple, right? So that which is known as the Kadesh. So convenient. It sounds so similar to what they're named, the Kardashian. But the Kadesh, if you look it up, they were boys that dressed in drag and were prostitutes. They were sodomite prostitutes, boys like in India with the those guys. I forget the name. This transgender ritual has been going on for so long. So that's exactly what is up with that. And the Kardashians, especially with the Bruce Caitlyn thing. Wow, of course that's gonna happen, right? So, oh boy. Research Jordan Maxwell, Mark Passio, and Brother Sanchez. So thank you, Lorraine. So everyone's given some more information. I hope I've given you guys some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen and heard in a few days, right? It has been quite the wildest ride. Enigma saying if they faked the eclipse, they still made the Aleph, right? And the story of Jonah is their message, 40 days to repent. Then they destroy USA, Canada, and Israel. Yeah, so keep a lookout for the next 40 days. Very good information, Enigma. So incredible. So thank you, everyone. Greetings from Tulsa. Just found you today. So Daniel just found me. Just signing off. So if you've just jumped in, I'm going to get off so you can all rewind and check this live, see what we're exposing with the eye of providence and pretty much connecting it to what we've seen and what potentially will be the beast of revelation that will rule this world from the sky up there with its ultimate computer technology and internet capabilities. So I appreciate all the new subscribers and everyone reaching out and commenting and understanding the information that I've been trying to share. It's not easy because I didn't find it anywhere. I've just discovered it by myself and been trying to like figure out how to best put it and explain it and get what I can. So it's been just like with Astroworld, same thing. I just jumped all over that. We had thousands, we had like 4 million people tune in over that series. So just crazy. It was just nonstop. The same thing how I feel with this eclipse and everything that keeps coming out and all the sightings. And like, this is insane. We're talking about heavenly bodies here. We're talking about man or whatever demonic entities AI is now capable of. They can replicate the moon and the sun and eclipses, and then they can eclipse the real sun and do all kind. This is something that God needs to destroy this world for. And I believe that time, we're in the last 7, 8, 9 years, 4 years, 3 years, who knows? No one knows the date and time, but there's no way God is going to allow this kind of happenings to go on for too long, right? So yeah, I don't set dates on here. I know we've looked at rapture before, but again, we're just, yeah, not going that route because it's very hard on a lot of people. They get very into date setting, and you know, it's I've experienced that. Definitely want to stay away from that because it's hard to deal with, especially with people that are heartbroken over it. So that's very sensitive because we don't need people to put hopes into one day and then lose faith because all that expectation went to nothing, right? So please do not date set, do not get hopes up on days and times, and because you'll be disappointed, right? Yeah, not even the angels know. So I appreciate Eric Lipp sharing that. No one knows, not even the angels. So not this technology, not these governments, no one knows, right? Not your favorite YouTuber, right? No one's going to be given that kind of information and have it spot on. So the humbled one, apparently, this ritual they performed could unlock a test run for the 3 days of darkness. CERN magnetic field can control the people who took the JAB, the zombies, right? Yeah. So we're going over we've gone over, I'll go over again some of the possible capabilities this technology will be able to do now. It will be able to perform 3 days of darkness. It will be able to give light, take light away, just like it showcased on Monday. It will be able to simulate weather patterns wherever it wants. It'll be able to spray the skies anywhere, any way it wants. Yeah, full control over our realm, right? Anything within this firmament, it will have control over. Anything connected to a power source and the internet and has a camera, it will be able to have control over, manipulate, look through, scan. Serious times. I did not realize or think we'd ever be in a time with this amount of evil. I knew the world was going to be evil, but this is very this is insulting. It's very disrespectful. Not to me, for God. What they're doing is hijacking this whole system that God created for us. God's incredible luminaries, a night for the day and the lesser light for the night. All that has now completely been tampered with these devices up there, with the manipulation. So yeah, that's what I mean by, yeah, this is this ultimate blasphemy, right? This is ultimate blasphemy. Yeah, anything you could possibly think of to rebel and blaspheme against God and the Holy Bible and any possible sin is taking place right now on this earth. Took place on Monday. Everything. It's absolutely insane. So very, very dark times. Best thing to get intimate with, Jesus and the Holy Bible. Yes, of course. That's all I'm going to tell everyone to put their trust in is the Holy Bible. You won't hear me saying grab this, grab that, stock up for 5 months and hide this place. Nope, just need Jesus. Thank you, Chrysanthia. Okay, again, I like hearing these comments. So Casey is saying that this fake eclipse was a ritual and a test run for something bigger to come. It was a sacrifice to their gods. God knows how many children, people, animals were murdered for this sacrifice. So people are realizing it was a ritual, a sacrifice of something bigger. I believe I'm onto something with my explanation of what they're giving birth to with the womb of creation. I showed some gematria numbers and how they're pretty much impregnating and trying to replicate the birthing process, which is nowhere close of the birthing of Jesus, the Messiah, which also equals and fits in with the same geometric code that they're working with to give birth to this God, right? So-called God. But it's as close as they'd ever get. So if you look back to all the teachings of Egypt and all their sun worship and Ra this and Amun that and Aten, that was them dreaming of what they wanted to become. They were not it yet, right? The sun ruled over them. So now they have finally 2,000-3,000 years later, 4,000, have got the capabilities, the technologies, the everything to finally rule over the sun and the moon. And the fact is, that's what I witnessed on Monday, was these demonic, dark, God AI entities, angels, were showing off that they have now the capabilities to mess with and rule over God's heavenly luminaries that are here on this earth. Unbelievable. Insane. Rocco says, "You're amazing, King Nico. I live right above the 405 freeway where the lady threw her babies out the car and unalived her boyfriend the day of the eclipse." So that's an insane story. So I wonder what affected this person for them to do this. But you've shared it and it's very alarming. Definitely going to maybe look into that and see what comes across my feeds and stuff. But yeah, 40 days is their plan. So thank you. Looks like we'll definitely have to be coming back to this in the next month or so, over the next few weeks, 40 days. Yep, and all of it is still man-made. Exactly. So whatever domain, whatever technology these demons are going to feel like they're God in to rule over us, it's still going to be man-made technology, right? So nothing that is deserving of being worshipped. You might as well just bow down to your phone right now if you're going to bow down to this all-seeing eye of providence. Like, who cares? Oh wow, you can levitate through the sky. Oh wow, you can make it rain in Egypt. Not impressive, right? That's why they hide the firmament and hide all of God's creations, because they can't replicate it. So instead of trying to create a firmament and doing everything better than God, they realized they can't. So they just said, you know what, we'll just hide this firmament glass dome with all these beautiful stars within it that are fixed and immovable on this earth. We'll just hide that fact. We'll just make up some other story that just sounds crazy, and that we'll go with that, right? So they're using the scriptures for those with eyes to see, but they are playing God. Correct. So that's why the messing, and they're trying to use scripture to confuse Christians by like, oh my God, there's like 7 cities called Nineveh that the eclipse is going over. No, they did that on purpose because they're trying to replicate and give birth to their Messiah, their Antichrist devil Messiah, right? So in order to do that, they feel in the way that our Messiah was born, Jesus Christ, God, right? Like there was no one else that was able to do that. So of course they're going to replicate as pinpoint exact as they can to the way Jesus Christ was born. So which proves that Jesus is God, the Messiah, because why else would the fallen angels and these demons want to replicate that birth of all other births for their own evil, satanic, demonic birthing process, right? In the womb of creation, the CERN. That's exactly why they're doing it, because Jesus is our King, is the God of all gods, and the only way that they could potentially come close to being a God and being birthed into this world and being worshipped as a God by these non-believers, right, is by following the process of the birthing of our Lord and Savior, and hopefully they could come close. That's why. Insane. Good to see you, Chris Primo. Yeah, but I hope all is well with you too. This country's warming up nice now here in North America. So yeah, it's time to get out there and enjoy some good weather. Myra's here. Hello. Hello to you. Good evening. So yeah, Starlink just launched almost 50 satellites in the past couple days. They're playing God. Unbelievable. Yeah, this whole playing God thing has gotten way out of hand. And I believe we're just getting a head start here with at the Resistance, because it's pretty much what we work to look for and bring ahead of time to prepare. But yeah, I feel like this information is going to start getting out. More people that had footage and looked into it are going to start connecting their own dots, and we'll see. We'll see if their dots connect up and line up with what we've done here and the work we've researched and revealed over the last couple days. So yeah, all is still to look out for. So if any of you are out there watching some of these other Eclipse satanic ritual decoded videos and you see things line up, let me know. Let's try and bring the community together so we can expose this. So it's not just one. So the weight is not just on one person's shoulders and the weight is on that person's shoulders. We can all come together as one and really blow this wide open and cripple this Masonic brotherhood and their symbolism and their finished capstone, right? Yeah, thank you, Chris. God is 100% here to guide us and is guiding all that is happening here. So as with all the evil that's going on, we still have the guidance of our Father to get us through these tough end times, right? For the very elect's sake. So time is being shortened, as we've learned from Matthew 24:22. So Casey just saw this on news, the Washington Post. Solar eclipse will begin massive human sacrifice events. It's crazy. So many stories. The main one that we shared today was the probe, the Proba 3 one. Let me put it up quickly for those that haven't seen it yet. So this story, again, the whole point of this series was claiming, my claims have been, from what I saw take place, is that the eclipse that I saw, the two of them, it was all fake. None of what I saw was God's luminaries eclipsing each other. There was multiple eclipses, but it was fake, demonic technology, probes like this thing, eclipsing fake objects and possibly the real sun. So here it is. This is coming straight out of the European Space Agency. So we got the Space Agency USA, we got the Canadian Space Agency. So here's the European Space Agency, and I believe that this was built and created coming out of Belgium. And here it says their business is in producing artificial solar eclipses in orbit. So they have all of it here. That's what they do. That's what they did. They launched on Monday, April 8th, and their project headed over to North America to take part in the North American eclipse, and we got to see it, and we're exposing it. Definitely end times we are in. So Chris has got some eclipse videos if you want to investigate. Yeah, if you feel like, I feel like we've looked at so many now, it's like we know something's up. There's enough videos, too many multiple moons, multiple sightings. So yeah, I think we're past looking for more. But if you got some really good ones, definitely share it out if you believe it's worth it, because we're going to gather it and keep them all in one place and date it, right? So we have that documented. Do you have the link for that, please? A humbled one is asking for a link. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's basically on the European Space Agency. So just go to esa.int, the European Space Agency official website, and then search for Eclipse, and it will show you the stories here. And it's called Proba 3. Lots of people have looked into it and have shared. Oh, sorry, I didn't have that. So Proba 3, the European Space Agency, right? That's the official website. And just click on this button here to search for the Eclipse technology, and it's right here. ESA Solar Eclipse Maker Proba 3, producing artificial solar eclipses in orbit. Wow, NORAD in Ontario. So Chris is 30 minutes from NORAD. So that's a very interesting one. If I lived there, I'd be checking it out. That's for sure. No word of the locust. I didn't see no bugs. Nothing of that sort yet. Just more distractions and stuff to take attention off of. They just wanted everyone not to look at this thing, man. The amount of fear they put people through and the amount of people that bought it, they're like, don't look at the sky. Even with clouds, you're not allowed to look. It's dangerous. Put your glasses on. I'm like, no wonder no one saw all the other fake suns and simulators, because they freaking went, they just pretty much were blindfolded, right? You're not going to see anything. Unbelievable. So yeah, quickly, we're going to end this live. Question on Flat Earth. Did the wandering planets truly align during the fake eclipse, or is that another NASA lie? Yeah, complete lie. Whatever was aligning was just wandering stars within the firmament, light sources. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I wouldn't put it past them to want to use that as manipulation. If insane, but again, I wouldn't put it past them. So yeah, Chris has checked out NORAD. They still have that UN plane that's there for maintenance now. Been there 4 years. Nice. It'd be cool to fly over or take some pictures with. The skies was full of chemtrails here in Florida. Yeah, so we figured it out. We've definitely did some big serious work here. We've exposed this. It's solid now. Solid. We've moved past that. And we've exposed what the ritual was. So just step by step, what a journey it's been. This damn ritual. It's incredible stuff. The images that I'm seeing now that I never saw before until after I saw what took place, and it's all falling into place for this demonic entity to take over this world, which is what they've been setting up for, which is what all the hieroglyphics in Egypt were pretty much talking about, this whole sun thing, and they wanted to be the sun. And now I feel like, yeah, this is it. As close as you can come to being a sun god. We're about to witness it. So again, I hope everyone's enjoying this information. It's pretty crazy. I feel like it's like story time, right? It's like, whoa, it's like a new series on Netflix. It's like, what's this one about? But yeah, very exciting for me too. But yeah, it takes a lot on me. It just gets so wired, right? So yeah, definitely a good script for a crazy movie. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be made because we're actually living it right now. So yeah, did I catch Joe Rogan episode with Antarctica worker yet? No. Again, I got to catch up on a lot of stuff now. Now this whole thing's been blown wide open. I can quickly move on and get back to some of the other things I used to do, but definitely invested a lot of my time into bringing this and cracking these codes and smashing it wide open, right? So lots to work with. I'm not saying it's completely what's going on, but according to the comments, a lot of people do agree and are saying that I've been on point. So again, thank you for all of that. Appreciate everything. Thank you, Mad Game Marine. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, we're looking at what happened on Monday was definitely fake. I wasn't really paying attention to the one in 2017, but yeah, guys, I'm off. I've rambled on for way too long extra, made this video longer than it should have been. But again, all the best information, we went through it in the first 40-50 minutes. So it's great. So I can always edit this end part out. Okay, a new subscriber. I'm welcome to the resistance, Crusaders now, right? So I'm a new subscriber. Love the content, bro. No cap. Appreciate it. hopefully you new subscribers are watching some of the older stuff, right? And seeing what this is about, because all of it's still relevant. Just because it might have been 2 years old or a year old doesn't make it unimportant, because everything I do and post is pretty much way ahead of its time anyway. I got videos from 5 years ago talking about the sun simulator, so I couldn't believe that I was able to bring that up, right? From 2019, one of my first videos talking on YouTube. So incredible. So appreciate you, Scotty Beeman, for joining and appreciating the info. I'm signing off now, but yeah, like I said, all of the today's work is in the first 50 minutes. So I'm just trying to catch up and speak to some of the new subscribers here and get acquainted so we can build this community, this ministry, Proven Bible Prophecy at Crusaders of the Resistance. Yeah, be safe, everyone. I honestly enjoy being here, meeting you all and hearing everyone's stories and theories as well. It's incredible, right? So it's definitely all of us coming together, bringing this information, making it work, getting it out as quick as we can. Again, thank you, Roko. It says amazing presentation. So again, love having you all here. It's been great. So I'm looking forward to the next few days to see what's going on. And I believe we haven't heard the last of this eclipse thing, this sun thing, this whatever it is that we saw. It cannot be the last that we hear of it, right? There's no way they're going to wait 2 years just to launch this thing again, right? So we're going to wait and see what's going on. And as where is he? As he said, so Enigma said 40 days, right? So the sign of Jonah. Casey found me yesterday and was blown away. I love you and your work. Keep fighting the good fight. Exactly. These are the comments that I've been getting a lot of. I don't know how I was able to break through the algorithm, but with this Eclipse decodes and stuff and ritual exposing, so it's been good to get recommended to some of the new channels that are on the YouTube, trying to get some new information. And it's good to not be so suppressed and shadow banned and censored as I'm used to being now. So it's weird seeing new people. So that's how you know I'm just so over and just stopped caring of the shadow ban. I just come on and do the information. So yeah, definitely God wants to get this word and information out there. It's helping people see and break through the spell. Gonna get it, brother. Yes. And again, Love Butterfly is here. It's been with us through all of this. You are a true trooper, Nico. Keep informing us with the truth. Yes, all of us, all spread the gospel to all creatures of this earth, right? Even to those that don't deserve it, just preach that gospel, right? Jesus is coming. He's needed more now than ever. Because if what we're seeing and talking about is seriously true, then just think about it. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that there's not a giant all-seeing eyeball in the sky that has artificial intelligence capabilities and connection to the whole world's grid. Yeah, I don't want that to be true. But because of the signs and the symbolism and all this Egyptian deity, all the connections, it's like, oh man, there's no way it's not gonna be true. It seems like exactly what they've been trying to build and create and successfully manifest into this world for hundreds of years, right? And it's something that's been here before that has been dying to get back and has manipulated man to do these rituals, to perform whatever it needs to perform, to enslave the masses, which is us, and accomplish this new order of the ages. We're going to make our creator happy, brother. It's just a matter of time. Can't wait. We need more people like you. We need more people like all of us. I'm guessing there's lots of us here that have just come together that have also been shadow banned and censored on these demonic devil platforms, right? Thank you, Whitney. Thank you for risking everything to bring this information to us. This 100% puts your safety at risk. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while now. Sacrifice pretty much everything. And just, yeah, when you go all in, you're all in. And when you've been doing it for as long as you have, it's just like, yeah, there's just that whole fear goes away. I only fear God, right? And not making it home to the Father. That's the only fear. I don't fear anything. I don't fear the Freemasons, and I'm going to help you lot not to fear them either, because I'm going to expose that they're all part of a homosexual secret society club, right? To be a Mason, to be a high degree Mason, to be super successful and connected, you have to do the rituals, and all the rituals are Egyptian ceremonial role play and sodomy. The biggest kept secret of the Freemasons is sodomy. Not that they worship Satan. Yeah, that's also another big secret, is that they worship the Baphomet and Satan. But they don't tell you is that they also perform sodomy on each other and on children, right? So Walt Disney is a 33rd degree Mason. He was also a child Mason in the Demolays, right? So there's a big connection with that, which is with the obsession with children, because as a child in the Demolay Lodge, as a child boy Freemason, you're groomed by the older Masons and perform the same sodomy rituals. It's disgusting, but more urgency to why we need to expose the Masons, not that they're summoning demonic entities and building this new world order, but they've been sodomizing boys and kids since the beginning of all of this brotherhood nonsense, right? Disgusting. Yeah, I hope no one here is waiting for Trump to save you, because that's not going to happen. Amen, KC. Yep, there's only one savior. CERN changed their logo? No way. I gotta quickly bring this up. Thank you for sharing, Sensei, so quickly. So-called Mandela effect. Let's see. Something changed with CERN? Let's bring it up. Okay. Better not be making changes. Yeah, it's looking like it usually does. So yeah, keep a lookout on this Mandela effect. Chanel Brown, appreciate you being here. You've been here since the beginning. Thank you. Abundance and gratitude. And now Home Depot is called the Home Depot, but I remember it being Home Depot. Okay. So I'm definitely interested to check out Mandela Effect connections. Yeah, so many. Yes, Joseph, welcome, brother. Good to see you. With a Walt Disney decode, Walt Elias Disney is 201 and Walt Disney World is 201, which is also in reference to the fallen angels, the 201 that fell, that were part of the oath to perform this deed that Satan talked them into. So unbelievable stuff. Mickey 33, Club 33. I believe Mickey is also, I've seen that image in the coffee cup or the mirror where Mickey reflected or upside down is wicked. Yeah, very disgusting, these characters. So I'm not looking forward to having to talk about and bring up all the Walt Disneys and every single president of the United States and anyone that was ever in a Masonic lodge. It's going to have to be done finally. All the rituals, all of it, right? So, and it's all connected to everything we're witnessing happening, like I showed with the Masonic symbolism. Everything they do is to bring about this sun god, right? As you see in all that imagery, right? It's all about this sun god that is always reigns supreme and higher than. So as you see in this picture, did I just click on it? Let me go back. Okay, this is what I wanted to explain. Let me bring this picture up. Okay, it's a bit grainy, but whatever. This is what they're trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to show you in my images here, right? With this image, with this image, with this image now. So we have another Masonic image. So here's the pillars. Yahin, Boaz, truth, justice, right? There's your checkerboard floor. So the black and white is very symbolic, like what we saw with the eclipse, the white sun being eclipsed by the black moon. So black and white coming together for your balance ritual, like the Baphomet, black and white, your balance ritual. That's all what it is. This gender crap, angels, DNA, all just manipulation and restructuring of the human everything, right? To become this goat, this disgusting creature, right? This androgynous thing, right? So it's got solve and coagula written on his arm. Solve is to to separate, and coagula is to bring together. Yeah, solve is to separate, coagula join together. So that's exactly what they're doing with the ritual, with the eclipse. They're separating white and black and joining them together to create this eclipse and the ritual, right? That will affect the earth and make everyone fall more for this demonic religion of the Baphomet, right? So they have the pillars. So this arch over here is the firmament that they cannot get through. So they know this, but they know that they can get just as high to still be God. So this is why you get the all-seeing eye right here, as high as it can be, to basically touching the ceiling, which is the top of the firmament. And then you get the luminaries, the sun and the moon, which are also within the firmament, making their paths around the flat earth. But now, as never before, these gods or these R10s and these Krishnas, they're depicted as man, right? These religions, they worship these Egyptians and these Hindus things, but the best they could ever do was make their skin blue, right? Or have 4 arms or something stupid like that. So whatever, Prince, what are you doing? So whatever incarnation that they wanted to become, it was always inferior to the sun and the moon. So no matter what they did, they can come back as a snake, a blue man, a green man, a yellow man, both sexes, a goat, right? It was never enough, right? So they're just man. But now this sun thing that they can become is and become higher than the sun and the moon is a different story. They've reached new heights. So all their images in the Mason Lodge will show, some of them will have a ladder that will go right up the middle to the eye, and it will have angels climbing up to it. So it's like the Masons are the master builders and helping build this system and build the ladder for the angels to reach these heights again with this technology, with AI, with sun simulators, with orbs and stuff, right? With levitation technology. So now the Masons, as they've shown in their imagery, is that they're creating the stepping stones and for the angels to take place in this new height above the sun and the moon, but just under the firmament because they can't get through it, and they know that. And there it is. Yeah, satellites is in our firmament, guaranteed. Yeah, I'm so sick of the LGBT. Everything is gay and trans now, and it's gonna get worse. Now this ritual took place, and it's all to do with the Masons trying to bring about this new order of the ages, and then there's the Baphomet. It's disgusting. This is what they look, and as you can see on the Baphomet, it's also the same imagery, right? It's got this dome, the firmament, and basically what that's symbolizing within the firmament, they want to make everything this reptilian, everyone full of sin, to give birth to the serpents, to hopefully rise up like what they're doing now. So with all the sodomy, it's given them power to rebel against God, to pierce through the firmament. So this is just a sick, disgusting image. It's just their satanic wishes that will never come true, but it's what they're trying to accomplish, and they will get close enough to accomplishing this that we will fall into trial and tribulations, and inevitably judgment day will fall upon us, and those sick freaks will be thrown into the lake of fire, right? And hopefully we're all here repenting of all our sins so we don't suffer that same demise. Like, none of us deserve to share fate with something that looks like this, right? So, but something like this has infinite intelligence and is very superior and advanced and has the power to manipulate people like us that don't deserve to go there to end up there. So this is what we need to look out and be aware of, right? And it's the Masons I'll be bringing up next, and all these damn societies and these brotherhoods. Okay, this live's ended. I think I rambled for an hour, so if anything, I could always just edit this out and knock it back to the 40 minutes with all the information was, but I do appreciate everyone being in here, joining in and listening. Yeah, again, it's been incredible. I'm going to cut this live now. I believe everyone's just comfortable now, nothing left more to go over. So just process this information. I'm going to go watch back the beginning and see where everything was good until I started just to ramble. But I believe I did say when it was done and I had nothing more to show. So Angelic Warrior, another new subscriber here. It's good to see you. Welcome to the channel. In the Mason's book, it says that America is indeed the ancient Egypt, then reinvented in the 1500s. Correct. Exactly. So everything that I've been sharing and looking at and connecting, other people have seen it in Masonic books that do say America is indeed the ancient Egypt or the new Egypt or something, right? It's all connected. It's all part of that society that once was, that got destroyed. So they'll tell you it was in one place, but really could have been in many places, Babylon, right? So definitely North America is very much Babylon. But Babylon could also be the Middle East. It could also be it's everywhere, right? So especially if the fallen angels had anything to do with it, it was everywhere. People are saying it changed during the solar eclipse. Weird. Yeah, a lot of things are changing. So God bless you, Judy. And Josh quickly thrown in there, pharmakia, yeah, witchcraft. The spell. We got to break the spell. So a lot of people here still might be under the spell watching and not figuring out what I'm saying or connecting. But again, we've been breaking the spell for a long time now. It's the only way you're going to be able to take in the new information that we're sharing without me spelling it out. So again, it's a lot of new information. I don't know where everyone's is on the awakening chart, right? Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm praying. I'll do what I can I'll even have to go back and redo some series, if anything, Flat Earth, Tartaria, Fallen Angels, Bible, books of the Bible. Always no harm in redoing and explaining the Holy Book. Yeah, I believe they've ushered it in. This is what they were doing. This is the ritual. The Antichrist could very well be this thing here, the beast of Revelation that's been symbolized for the last 500 years. This is it, right? The unfinished pyramid could very well now be finished. And I believe the missing piece was the technology of AI. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you. Yeah, the missing piece is the technology of AI. Right? The symbolism. This is the Antichrist or the beast of Revelation. Yeah, the Antichrist is probably going to be the charismatic leader like Obama, but this very well could be the beast that will rule everything as seen in the Masonic images. It could be high up in the sky. It could generate an eyeball on its simulator and just blink, blink, look down and have full control, right? So this is what they've been trying to succeed with. The pyramid is now finished. And like I said, the missing piece was the demonic AI technology. So I hope everyone's had a good night. I'm off. God bless you all. I'll see you all soon.